33rd Sutra of the Kaivalya Pada, the penultimate, the last but one Sutra of the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, and the last but one of the entire Yoga Darshana. The 33rd Sutra is another wonderful Sutra which says that Kshana Pratiyogi Parinama Paranta Nirgrahya Kramaha. Kshana Pratiyogi Parinama Parantar Nirgrahya Kramaha. Kshana Pratiyogi Parinama Aparanta Nirgrahya Krama. These are the words. Kshana Pratiyogi Parinama Aparanta Nirgrahya Krama. Kshana is instantaneous, the smallest indivisible unit of time. Instant. Kshana it is. It is not a kala, it is kshana. Smallest, minutest, further indivisible unit of the time. Pratiyogi. Prati is opposite. Counter. Yogi is one who helps. Cooperator. Pratiyogi. Pratiyogitvam is opposite. Counter opposite. It is something like seems to be against but actually helping. That is called Pratiyogi. Seems to externally, outwardly seems to be against, but actually it is cooperating. Pratiyogi. Parinama, transformation. Aparanta. Aparanta it is called. Apara anta it is. Para anta and aparanta. Apara anta it is. Ultimate end point. The last point. Nirgrahya. Nihi, that is nirgrahya, without any remainder. Grahya, grasped, totally comprehensive, completely grasped. Krama is sequentially. And the general understanding of this particular sutra is Krama is the Pratiyogi of Kshana and is Nirgrahya at the Parinama. Krama, that is the sequentiality. Krama, that is sequentiality, one after the other. He is the Pratiyogi of the Kshana and is Nirgrahya at the Parinama. That is, succession is the uninterrupted sequence of movements, cognized as distinct on the cessation of evolutionary change. This is Swami Vivekananda's translation. That is, it is a definition or explanation of Krama. Continuity, sequentiality is counter cooperator, Pratiyogi of the Kshana, and it is comprehended, Nirgrahya, completely at the end point, Parinamas. The interval of time, that you need to understand the importance of these particular words, Kshana and Krama. Kshana is the interval of time corresponding to each of the successive states. That is kshana. When the two events are happening, two successive movements are happening, two successive instances or incidents are happening, that interval of time is called kshana. Kshana is not just a minute. It is the interval between two successive events. We have seen earlier in the Yoga Sutras, kshana is exactly the interval between two thoughts. Not even that. We have already said that kshana is a thought stays and drops. And that staying and dropping, that is kshana. So kshana may be called the smallest unit of time, which cannot be broken up further. Then krama stands for the process consisting of a relentless succession of discontinuous changes. Discontinuous changes. The changes are not discontinued and underlying all kinds of phenomena. It's a very, very important dimension. What is krama means? This process is ultimately based upon the unit of time, kshana, as a projection. As an example, if you have to give an example of a film on a screen, there will be an aperture and a series of pictures will be moving, and a light is projected on that. But the speed of the movement of the film is so fast, and every time the film is moving and the light is passing through the aperture, projecting on the screen in front. But when we see, we don't see the gaps. We see the continuity. Continuity is perceived because of the speed it has, because of its krama and the kshana. And the interval between two kramas is the kshana. But that's why we see a sequentiality. The kshana gives rise to the sequentiality. But the succession is so rapid, we are not conscious of the discontinuity. As it even scientifically it is proved that the light is a wave and also a particle. It's a wave and also a particle. If it's a particle, in its movement, there is an interval between two particles, and there is a speed to it, there is a velocity to it, there is an acceleration to it. All the properties of a particle, but it is so fast. The movement is so fast. It seems, it looks as if it is a wave. It is both. So the whole manifested universe which we are perceiving in this world, how entire world, all the trees, mountains, buildings, everything in this world undergoing a change, a sequential change is happening. It is a discontinuous movement. Krama is there, and the kshana is there. And because of the kshana and krama, we feel that there is no change. The transformation is not there. Parinama is not there. We feel parinama is not there because of the kshanakrama. But it is happening. We feel the huge buildings, the huge trees, the huge mountains are permanent, even though they are undergoing a change within themselves. A new cloth is kept unused, but still, after some time, there is a parinama in the cloth. There is a change in the cloth. We have not noticed continuously because the krama is a discontinuous sequence and it is inherent. As we have seen in the 3rd chapter, 3rd pada, Vibhuti pada, in the 53rd sutra, Samyama on this kshana. And the number of images which pass through our mind, number of thoughts which pass through our mind. If we are able to, if we can practice, if we are able to count our thoughts, please remember, it's a wonderful method. Counting our own thoughts in a particular time gap. Initially it may be difficult, but once we practice, it's a very wonderful method of the yoga. So parinama, nirgrahya, and the kshana and the krama. Swami Vivekananda wonderfully concludes this beautiful sutra in his own inimitable way. Swami Vivekananda. Patanjali here defines the word succession, the changes that exist in relation to movements. While I am thinking, many moments pass, and with each moment there is a change of idea. But we only perceive these changes at the end of a series. So perception of time is always in the memory. This is called succession. But for the mind that has realized omnipresence, all these have finished. Everything has become present for it. The present alone exists. The past and future are lost. This stands controlled, and all knowledge is there in 1 second. Everything is known like a flash. How beautifully Swami Vivekananda comments on this particular sutra. That the innumerable kshanas, just as the human eye is not able to perceive the gaps between the pictures in a cinema film being screened because they last for less than, say, 1/10 of a second, and so cannot grasp the discontinuity of the pictures. The same way, the innumerable kshanas follow each other so rapidly that the ordinary mind's chitta is unable to grasp the discreteness, and so an illusion of the continuity of krama and kala is created. Thus it can be seen that krama and also kala is a pratiyogi, is a counter cooperative for the kshana. And we should always remember that Maharshi Patanjali has not used the word kala. He keeps on using the word kshana. Concerned with this unique theory of illusoriness, continuous movement of time is illusion. beautifully Patanjali explains this. And let us see the last sutra of the Yoga Darshana. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.